tablet, a bigger screen, and share with them the landing page and tell them how much they're missing out on leads. Because the thing is, they may have a website, but they're not capturing leads. Okay, so give them
It's all about following up. That's the most important thing. No one says yes right away ever. And the people that rarely do that, you'll learn to love them, but it rarely happens.
Right. So learning how to promote Online Sales Pro will only get you in the door to promote IPN to these offline businesses as well, because they need the knowledge to learn how to promote their business online. So you start with Online Sales Pro, the little tool, and then you say, well, hey, if you really want to jump in and learn how to promote your business on online, then I have a company that will help you do that. So I mean, all these businesses, when you do something online, they all need to be congruent with each other. OSP is congruent with IPN, and so are many other things like Aweber and other things that me and Rod promote, only because we use them ourselves, and they're tools that you're going to need eventually, so it's all about setting your business. And what sucks is that a lot of people get torn each and every way, saying, oh, this person's promoting that and this person's promoting that. But what me and Rod's doing here is showing you what's working for us and what has been working for a year. So it's not just about promoting so you go to our link. Go to your sponsor. Go to your sponsor and say, hey, what are you using Aweber? Let me get your link. So this training is supposed to help guide you. That's the biggest thing. Help guide you in the right direction to where you're not using this thing and that tool and this and that. And, and then you get overwhelmed with all the tools. There's many tools to use out there. But me and Rod find the simple ones are the ones that still work for us. It doesn't have to be overcomplicating. Overcomplicating life is stressful already. So we don't need to complicate things. Let's find the simplest tools. Look at Caroline's, one of her kids. She's got like 5 of them.
She popped in.
4. Okay, I over-exaggerate. Okay, so Rod's going to share with us. We shared OSP. Now I know we could have did better sharing. It took us the 45 minutes. But let us know if you need some help in one-on-one with OSP, especially a lot of you guys are my people. If you need one-on-one help with it, I don't mind getting with you. So Rod's going to go ahead and share with us a little bit about email marketing. So let's touch on that. And go ahead, Rod. You got the floor.
What's up? Yeah, the same thing with your profiles, or the same thing that applies to your email marketing. You don't want to, if you're selling a product, then yeah, you could if you have a built up brand and, your recommendation goes a long way, then you can make a post sound really salesy. Here's what this product does, this is how it helps you, here's where to buy. But if you're trying to build a team and you're trying to gain people's trust and provide value as a beginner with no sales starting off, then use email marketing as more of telling a story, and in the moment type emails. Instead of when you have a great post that does really well on Facebook, then think about making it into email form, throw in a picture, throw in, just like we do with posts, spacing it out to where it's not one gigantic paragraph, and send out a broadcast. If you start getting sales randomly that are coming in, celebrate the little victories. Or if you get a bunch of leads, send out a broadcast getting leads used to be an issue for me, blah, blah, blah. Now, thanks to this happened. So, provide a solution, and whatever you're selling, show what it's done for you in that sense, to where you're not showing what it can do for them, show what it's done for you as a person who didn't have it and now has whatever they're selling, and how it helped you personally, whether that's IPN, whether that's selling OSP, whether that's selling whatever you sell now, that you're using the IPN knowledge that you're gaining to, of course, better whatever business you're doing now, whether that's, It Works, or if it's Herbalife or anything like that. It could be MCA. I know a lot of people are using IPN for different reasons. So, if I'm sure a lot of people in here are already accustomed to Aweber and are going to be very bored with what I'm about to show you. But some people, of course, don't know anything about Aweber, or some people didn't even know about its existence until today. So let me share my screen and not bring up any nude photos like Jamie almost did.
Whatever, bro. I'm trying to keep it fun for you guys.
So as you can tell, I haven't really promoted any landing pages today. But I don't even think I don't. Have I? No, I've used OSP mostly. So, and in Aweber you can make sign up forms as well. But honestly, in my opinion, is the way that OSP has a more modernized look than other things. Like there's a lot of other things out there that can create landing pages, but as far as what looks modern, OSP does a real good job of making it look good on the phone and good on the computer, and like not too like
That's another
too
thing is making
generic
sure
like 1990s Xanga. Like some of the stuff I've seen looks like Xanga. If y'all remember that, y'all remember Xanga?
No, bro, you're on your own with that.
What? It's like it was before Facebook. It's like LiveJournal, and then you had Xanga, and that's like where you like blogged and did like posts and stuff. Social media is my thing, man. But okay, so in Aweber, I mean, they have training videos in it, but once you skip the training video in it, of course it goes away. So you're kind of like, what the hell? What do I do now? Biggest thing is creating a list. You go to manage lists, and then you just kind of right here, you go into create list, and then that's where you make, your company name. I'll just do Roderick Allred, my name, company website. That's valid. Whatever, it's valid. And then you have your addresses and stuff right there. But the biggest thing I want to get to is the sender email. You don't want to use a Gmail or a Yahoo or a Hotmail when you're sending out emails, because chances are it's going to go to spam. It's a free email service. The best thing to do is use, I know a lot of people use their school email, and I'm not sure quite on the statistics on how email or the open rates are with that, but it's a paid one, so it might work well. But the point being is, like Jamie said, make a domain, $1 a year, $12 a year to get your name. And, I got rawdollar.com. So when I eventually made a blog, I was able to make it rawdollar.com. And that's where I direct everyone to go to see everything. So through GoDaddy, if you have a domain and you want to make an email, you just go in there and you just ask for a professional email. It's like $5 a month to have a professional email, a paid one. And then that's what I send all my emails out, is roderick@rawdollar.com. So once you create the list, it'll appear up here.
So what Rod's saying is that you could literally go to GoDaddy and buy you a .com email. And what they're saying in Aweber or any autoresponder, if you have a .com, then you're less likely to go to spam compared to having a Gmail or a Yahoo. And on top of that, it's still, again, it looks more professional when you have a .com email with something to do with your brand, your niche, or your name. So having a .com email, you're in a business. And remember, the business that you're in didn't cost you much. It's not like an offline business. So to spend $5 a month on a .com email, really not.
That's nothing.
It's nothing. So, okay, go ahead.
Yeah, like seriously, like these are all expenses that what I recommend doing is having an email. I have a certain email. I don't want to say out because I don't want to get anybody emailing me on it. But it's specific to me, and it's my digital receipts from 2017. So anytime I have a digital receipt, like from Aweber, OSP, or GoDaddy, or anything, IPN, purchasing IPN, I forward these receipts to this email. So, at the end of the year, when I have all my expenses, I add up all the emails, and then those are my receipts, all saved in an email. So $5 a month is something you can write off. But you just got to make sure. There's a random red squibbly. I just noticed that. That's funny. That's strange. That's going to catch my eye the whole time now. But anyway, it's all about, on your profile, it's when you be yourself and you're personable and everything like that. But when you send out emails, try to, keep it personal, yes, but you kind of want them to look professional. And like the email and marketing side of things is going to be more professional. And of course, like your profile, your Instagram, you be personal, be goofy, be wacky, be yourself. But the email side, it needs to have a certain flow. And it's like telling your story, getting personal, mixing it. It's just basically what we said, how to make your profile timeline look is how your emails need to be. Like that's what the best emails. And I've best thing to do. I mean, I don't recommend this, or I recommend, when I say this, I don't recommend going and copying other people's emails, but these big time people making six figures a month, or 5 to 6 figures a month, go into their email, put your email in their opt-in and see what kind of emails they're sending. And I've done that with a lot of these people. And what I've found from the best email guys are like, some of them, they'll do like chapters of their story. They'll tell their story, and then they'll tell, they'll mix it in with business. And then sometimes it'll be straight up like, salesy, like this is what it can do for you. This is what it's done for this person, So it's like a mixture of everything. You kind of just find what works for you. It's kind of like posting on Facebook. So like with Aweber, once you have that list, you just go into messages. Now, like when we showed you an OSP, when she made that landing page, that's going to be in your list options. Once you go to list options and list settings, at the top of that page, it's going to have your list, and it's going to be like AWLIST and then colon and then a bunch of numbers, and that'll be the specific list to show OSP where you're sending that email to this subscriber list in your certain list for IPN. So with Aweber, it's just as easy as going to drafts and creating a new message. And there's actually this thing that me and Jamie discovered. For me, I get lazy with writing emails. I don't feel like I can sit here and think of them and write them up and everything, and they'll look good, but I just don't, it's not fun for me, to be honest. I mean, it's really necessary, but I hate it. It's really boring. I like posting and stuff. Look,
Rod, when you showed me this tool, I was ecstatic.
But Email Force is cool because like literally it'll ask me questions and I'll just pop in the answers. And what it is I have a video of it. If y'all want to check it out, get with me or Jamie. But it's just like literally it asks you questions, and the answers you put in are based on what you're selling through the email, and then it writes up the email in like a really professional form, and then you just literally paste it into this section right here, and it comes with a bunch of subjects it thinks you should use too. And I actually went through them because I was really being really judgmental, like how good is it really going to be, and it was actually worked pretty well. But this is where you type in your subject. Make sure it's an appealing subject. Don't make it like really salesy. Like make it like really good ones are like ones that are like really eye capturing and it's kind of like in your face, like that make you want to open the email.
Right. I mean, some people even go as far as like, holy shit, and that's the subject of their email.
Yeah. And then like they start off with like, can't believe what I just saw, blah, blah, blah. And it's
right.
like, oh, I want it. Like tabloids almost, like tabloid headlines.
Right.
So, yeah. And then this is just where you put your test email here, blah, 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 blah. And at the bottom, click here for more info, blah, blah, blah. And I actually have more detailed training on Aweber if anyone needs it, but this is just kind of going to show you how easy it is to use. It's where you put your link, whatever link you're sending them to, and then there's stuff.
Wait, go back, Rod, to how do they conceal their link? Show them that. A lot of people ask me that, and so you went really quickly. So show them the tool on how to. So look, guys, it says click here, right? Where'd you go, friend?
Better grab this.
Okay, so this is Rod's link. We don't want an open link to be out on your email. So what he does is he writes click here. He's gonna highlight click here. Go ahead, Rod.
I was getting a sip. It's football day, so don't judge me.
Right, and then look, guys.
Right here, it's literally, it looks like a link. It's linking through. You highlight exactly, so like don't highlight all of this. Don't highlight a space after click here, unless it'll be a little, I'm just so nitpicky. There'll be a tiny little blue line.
Yeah, I know, I do that too.
But right here, just highlight right there, go up to this link, and that's where you put in your link. You paste your, oh crap, that's not it. It was meant to be, yeah, but that's where you paste whatever link you want to send them to, or whatever product company that you're promoting.
And listen, remember, guys, you see this green? Wait, go back. Okay, look, guys, put the link in. Look, you see how it turned from red to green, the little check? Make sure that it's green before you press OK.
And always test, too, yeah.
You have to always make sure it's green, because sometimes if you don't put it in right, it'll be red, and then when someone goes to click, it's not going to go through. So you want to double check yourself. Make sure the check is green, then press OK.
And if it's not, and you're like, what the hell, why? Change the HTTPS to HTTP.
Yes.
Sometimes it'll get it green. But and a little tip that I didn't learn till recently, was I think on some Android phones, if I was to type all the way across like this, see how it goes all the way across? it does that on their phone, and they have to scroll left and right on their phone. So you want it to be as easy as possible for people. So what I've noticed in a lot of the big time people's emails is they're indenting like this, holding down shift and hitting enter. And they're typing more like in this fashion. Look how terrible. They're like, what the hell is he typing? So I'm typing like that to where I'm indenting every little bit. I'm not, you see what I'm saying? I'm not writing all the way out over here. So when it appears on their phone, it's straight up and down. They don't have to scroll left and right. And I know that was a lot of people were coming to me back when I was sending out emails saying that was an issue, saying that they had to scroll so much and they didn't want to read my email.
Yeah, that is something I actually learned in Digital Altitude from Chiara Francica when I started with Digital Altitude, which I find Digital Altitude to be bleh. But through my failure,
if you want to take out a second mortgage on your house, go that route.
Right, yeah, no doubt. But I did learn in the beginning to write my emails this way, that you cut it off so people, when they're opening it up on their phone, which is majority, that they see it the way Rod is typing it out here. And always put spaces. So a couple of sentences, a paragraph space. You got to remember how people read. Don't overwhelm the reader with words. Okay?
Yeah, and then like this is cool. Like this is called Drag and Drop. And I always thought that would be the sickest hip hop song ever.
Drag and drop?
The drag and drop. Do the drag and drop.
Do the drag.
Doesn't that sound like a cool dance or something?
Yes,
See?
it does. Maybe we should make a song.
The drag and drop. I mean, but it also sounds like dragon. So it's like a double. I mean, I feel like that's the best song ever. But anyway, you can add in buttons, make it look like badass. Like click here. So the label could be like my Facebook. A big tip for y'all, your first email, direct them to your Facebook. Get them to message you on Facebook. Get them to the platform that has leverage. If you have 50,000 followers on Instagram, follow me on Instagram. They go to your Instagram and go, damn, he's serious. Okay, she's serious. Look at that,
right.
50,000 followers.
Redirect them to a place where you're at all the time.
I redirect people to my Facebook. I want them to see my pictures of my dogs, so they go, I like dogs. I have dogs. I'm gonna reach out to this person. You know, so add in these things and add in these things and center them. Make them bigger, make them smaller. There's the link that goes right to my Facebook. Memorize your Facebook link so you can.
On my emails, I have a picture of myself pointing, and it says my Facebook. Click here, and I'm like pointing like that.
I'm scared now.
So get creative. Don't overlink your emails. You should only have one link in each email because then it goes to spam. So be careful with links inside your emails, okay? So 1 or 2 links.
Have each email like something different. Like don't send like your affiliate link like emails 2 through 5. Like make a new video, make the link redirecting them in that certain email. Go to your I made a new YouTube video the other day and I sent people to it through my emails. So you can make them. I mean, you add a little picture there, a little sunset. You can add follow me buttons. You can. Oh, that's even better actually.
You could get really personal and put your picture in there, guys. Now, I've heard that if you put pictures in your emails, that it's more susceptible to go to spam. But
really,
that's hearsay.
That sucks.
Yeah, it's hearsay. Like they say this, they say that. But at the end of the day, I feel that if your email looks genuine, then the more people will open it and more people will see it. So genuine, put links in it. And put your information in there for people to find you, because at the end of the day, you want to get them, you want to contact them, and you want to get them on the phone. That's at the end of the day, that's what you want to do.
Moolah. Yeah, I never even tried half of this stuff in Aweber, actually, to be honest.
Me either, bro.
Here's my terrible email. That's not what a good email should look like. The best emails I found are without anything, really. But those are all the bells and whistles you can do if you want. But the best emails are like...
Keeping it simple is best. Go to these big time marketers and go in
it's like they're like literally just text. They use the text. They don't even do drag and drop. They don't even do the drag and drop, Jamie. They just do text. Gosh.
Don't overwhelm yourself, guys. At the end of the day, if you're trying to make money now, direct sales is where it's at. Let your email work for you in the background. Don't overexhaust yourself with putting pictures and things like that. Just put information out there, a way for them to contact you. Also, if you have a big time marketers, opt into their email list, copy what they do, you know. But keep it simple. The things that you need to work on, especially if you are interested in direct sales and making money now, is your timeline. You need to really work on your
That's like
timeline.
ground zero on everything.
That is. It's that's where you put your time into. So
And then once you conquer that, pop on over to Instagram. You know, hit up Jamie. She's an
exactly.
Instagram queen. So you pop over to Instagram, you build your following there. Then you go to YouTube. Hit me up if you need YouTube help. I love YouTube and sending people
Ron
to YouTube videos and stuff.
amazing with YouTube. You know,
It's
like
connected to Google.
like find the
Huge.
people yeah.
And Instagram's
Find
connected
the
to
people that
Facebook.
are Yeah, find the people that are doing it, guys, and that you trust, to where when you get these tools or you're wanting information, it's not about someone always making $1 off of you. It's about someone leading you in the right direction, because you're gonna need tools. You can't just join a system and expect it just to boom work. You need a domain name. You need a landing page. You need to start working on your emails. You need to start working on mastering your platform and then exploring other platforms. So don't be scared, because there's people in IPN that are willing to help you, to give you free knowledge. Okay. So, and that's why me and Rod started these Zooms. So you'll know, like, this is what we did. So just saying.
And let me show you real quick before I save that email, like how cool Email Force is. That one of my good buddies that makes a lot of good products. I call him my good buddy. I've never met him, but he's someone I met through internet marketing. He's a cool guy from England. But he,
well, you know, like the best of friends happens online, right?
Yeah, sir. I mean, it's truly that's pretty true, because it's incredible. Like, yeah, he showed me this, and you know, at first I was really skeptical because I just don't. It makes emails for you, like what? But if you're having trouble doing emails, this one's pretty cool because it has everything that, you know, lead management, okay, product launch, or, you know, high ticket. So, you know, you can go over to high ticket if you're trying to push $1,000 diamond sales. And then it literally asks you, what is the niche market of this campaign? It has examples. It asks you all these questions about what your offer is and what, you know, kind of want to do. And then you literally create the email, and it will, I mean, it looks good. It has the spacing. I was really going to judge everything about it, like as far as like how it constructed the emails, but it does spacing, and it does bold, and it does italic, and in the spots that it should do italic. It's really cool. So yeah, if you hit us up if you want to check that out, but it's something for the lazy people like me, and people, you know, that can't, if you're sitting there just wondering what to type, this kind of helps with getting you going. It makes it kind of fun. Yeah,
So
it makes it
Rod,
kind of fun, because I hate writing emails. I hate it. It's the worst.
Rod came to me a week or two back, and he's like, Jamie, look, I found this tool. I want you to check it out. And I'm telling you, you know, like, some tools are overwhelming for me, and I'm a busy person. But when I came on here and started building an email through it, I'm like, this is great. And it's not just great for me, it's great for people just starting.
That's what I've noticed. Like, the biggest issue, like, between all like the beginners, is writing emails. And I never really thought like that was an issue, because, like, you know, I don't know, I just never had an issue with writing them, because I would just get a thought and I would just go write an email, and it would just occur. But a lot of people get writer's block. And I wasn't putting myself in the shoes of people that are just starting. Like, when I first started,
Right.
I couldn't talk for like 10 seconds about anything. I couldn't even like speak about it, much less write a bunch of sentences about it. So like, that would have been perfect to have something that's like, ask me what I'm doing, and I know what I'm doing. I just can't, like, it's hard to explain. Like, when someone asks you the questions, you know what you're doing. But if you're just going to sit there and tell someone what you're doing, you can't think of it really.
Structure.
Yeah, but if someone starts asking you questions about IPN, you're going to know the answers. Then if you just sit there and just start talking about IPN. So yeah,
this will organize you. This will help you from spending so much time thinking about where to start. So this tool will organize you, and then you'll start moving faster. You know, time is money, guys.
It's efficiency.
Yeah, this is going to be a great tool. So if you guys are interested in a tool, let us know. But it's really going to help you build your emails quicker, and to where you're not sitting here like thinking, oh my God, with your like nose up your finger up your nose, like, what am I gonna do? I've been sitting in front of the computer for two hours, and I'm not sure what to write.
This would be cool if it was like a songwriter thing. Like, it's like, what do you want to write a song about? Like, what I could see it being like like I feel like it's like that, like it's like ad lib,
Did you
but
just
it's
get
but
an
it's what you're selling, so it's kind of like an ad lib, but to start making emails and making money. So, but
Right.
yeah, hit us up if you're having trouble with emails or anything like that. We'll help you. So, this is where you preview and test it. This is where you kind of see, like, I mean, this is what's going to look like, blah, blah, blah. I recommend, just me, this is not my address, of course. It's an older one, but I don't recommend putting your real address in there. That's just my thoughts. I mean, you're going to have people all over the world kind of getting your address. You know.
Especially if you're female. That's
Yeah,
true.
I mean, I just wouldn't put it. I just would avoid giving out your location, just in general on the internet. Even tagging
you
yourself
put,
in like, oh, I'm at this restaurant. Like, you never know. So, but
you could
that's where
put
you
like
go and save and exit, and then boom, it's done. But you're not done yet. It shows up in your drafts. Now you can copy to list. You can copy it to other lists. You can copy it again. So now I have two subject ones. And then someone's messaging the hell out of me.
I know, I'm getting a bunch of
Holy
messages.
cow. And then send options. Now this is where you decide whether you want to send it to your email automation to where it's like, every day at a certain time, it's sending one email you've made, then the next day email, the next day email. That's the follow-up series. Now, if you want to send out just an email really quick to all your leads that just randomly right then and there, that's when you schedule a broadcast, literally send message now, right there. So I'm going to get out of that and go to, mostly everyone's going to be interested in adding it to the follow-up series, which is the legacy follow-up series. For me, I click the top two, send messages based on each subscriber's local time. I think 8 p.m. is a good time. That's when people are at home, they've eaten dinner, they're off work, they're sitting on their phone watching TV. Usually when it's like prime time with television, that's always a good time. What do people, when commercials come on, what do? They get on their phone, they get on Facebook. Oh, that person just made that. What? Okay. Click the top two. Oh, we got 10 minutes. Perfect. We'll be done before that. And right here, I go to edit and I drag this over to 8 p.m. There might be a better time that people have proven to be better, but for me, I get about 25 to 30% open rates consistently with a good subject if I'm sending it out at 8 p.m. And that might not sound like a lot, but that apparently is good. 25% on average open rate. So, it's like if I have 1,000 people, 250 people saw that email, which is a lot. So let's see if I can move everyone's faces. Right there, add it to follow-up series. Now this one's going to usually, I have 14. If you're doing the first one, it's going to say a little bit different stuff. It's not going to give you the option of setting all this. It's just going to send immediately. So right when they opt in, they're going to immediately get that email. When you do any extra emails, it's going to say how many days do you want to send it after. So you can send, it 4 days after, blah, blah, blah. You can send it 5 days after and all that stuff. So you can do I'm not going to add that email to my email list because it's terrible. Like,
but guys,
but
email, send it what, like once?
I do it once a day.
Once a day or every 2 days, so there's there's no secret.
And if you
send something consistent.
And I don't know if this is recommended. I'm kind of one of those that test out things and then figures it out myself. But if I'm getting to a point where a list has a lot of leads, but I like the leads in it, but it's getting to a point where I'm kind of like getting a lot and I'm paying for it, I'll send out like a broadcast. Then I'll send out another broadcast a few hours later, and then I'll send the normal one at 8 o'clock at night. So if they really want to stay, they'll stay. If they're pissed off by me sending 3 emails, they'll unsubscribe. And I don't know if that's a good idea, but that's just what I do to kind of wean out some subscribers. Because if they really are interested in what you're saying.
Really great. Like broadcast something outside of your pitch, your 7-day series. Let's just say you're doing 7 days, but send something personal. Like a broadcast would be something like me and my son going to the trampoline place. Like, I'm so glad, I want to share with you guys an experience of me and my son being able to spend the day together due to online marketing. Like maybe something a bit personal with broadcast. If it's not a promotion, then maybe something a bit personal.
It's all about the subject,
something personal
honestly.
to work. So Yeah, there's just so many different ways to try to touch people. And I find the best way is to be you, to be the realest you, and to be super, super personal. To just cross the line a little bit and to reach
And
out
don't
and
be
try to
afraid.
touch someone.
Don't be afraid to step out of your comfort zone. Like
Right.
you're gonna be like, I don't want to be personal. Like, and if it's a scared of coming across a psychopath on the internet kind of thing, don't worry about that. That's this. If someone is, you know, if that's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. Don't think that you sharing a picture of you hanging out with your dog is gonna stir up psychopath activity on your profile. Like, don't be afraid to step out and get personal pictures. You want to be relatable. People get in my inbox all the time because they know I like The Walking Dead. You know, people are all the time, oh, you excited for October 22nd? Blah, blah, blah. Heck yeah. Tell me more about IPN. Like, you know, that happens all the time. So you just want to, it's attraction marketing.
Perfect.
You want to get as many people as possible wanting that link. When you give them that link, give them that landing page, get that email, send them daily emails. When I first started all this, going through my girlfriend's cousin, one of the biggest things that got me going was the fact that he was sending me emails. And I was like, that's kind of cool. Like, he's sending me emails and they look really professional. I was like, damn, this looks professional. It's got like pictures of him in it. I'm like, how's he doing that? So like, that was like a big deal for me. I was like, I want to learn how to do that. And I got involved for like, one, I saw, hey, I got a commission of $500 and I was like, that's pretty cool. And then two, I saw how professional he was and I knew I could learn something. So it was a combination of wanting to make money and wanting to learn something that I could help other people with. So it's always gonna be that one little detail that gets someone to go, I want to work with this person. And it could be sending out emails. As simple as that, because that's what it was for me.
Right.
Then I went and spent $2,500 with a company I won't talk about.
Yeah, me either. Me too.
Well, I don't want to advertise them.
That's where
I learned a lot from it, and I don't regret anything. So you know, why I'm here today is because what I've done in the past. So
exactly. Me and Rod learned a lot about our first failure, and I'm glad it was only one, right, Rod? Because honestly, me and Rod started a little bit over a year ago, and we just smashed it out, right? This is what we wanted. We joined a company that did not work for us, and we just said, you know what? We're going to take what we learned, and we're going to decide to
apply it elsewhere.
Yeah, and we did, and we smashed that out.
That was why, if y'all kept up with my story, it was my first 4 months I was struggling. Like, I'm where you guys are, a lot of you are now, that discouraging phase where I'm just like, is this the amount of work I'm putting in justifying what I'm making? But you have to push through that. I mean, Pandora Radio didn't make profit for 10 years. They were pushing through investing and getting people interested. Now they're running ads and making a shit ton of money. So that 5th month was when I finally took my head out of the ass of the original company I was with and tried other things and more try to do things on my own and stuff and not relying on something else to do the work for me. And that's when I had a $4,000 a month. So like literally like my post the other day, like, don't change if plans don't work out, don't change the goal, change your plans. So
exactly.
You know.
Exactly. If we would have never moved on, Rod, then we'd just be where a lot of other people are like,
quit.
oh, a year later. No, we just said, you know what? This ain't gonna work. Let's move to something else. That's being an entrepreneur.
Because we knew that could. We knew that we could do it. And I know that you guys can do it. I know that every single one of you guys can do this full time. I really know you can. It's just you have to really, really want it. And I know a lot of people are at that point where they're working a lot. I know a lot of people are working a shit ton, and it's hard for them to come home and have that motivation to sit and talk to people on Facebook all day. But like, you know, Natalie's proof, like, she's a nurse. Nurses work a lot, you know, and it's all about becoming efficient. So having an email list and all these things to help you become efficient are for those people that have a full-time job but can't really focus more on it. So become more efficient. So instead of spending all day talking to someone from a country who has a poor currency rate where, you know, $25 to them is $25,000 to us, maybe don't spend all day talking to people like that. You know, little things like that. It's the devil is in the details, you know?
Yeah.
And if it's someone from a country like that, send them your funnel and then let it be the end of it. Let the funnel do the work.
People are spending way too much time hoping and praying that this certain prospect is going to make their first sale, but they're not going to profile them. They're not going in there and saying, is this even the person I'd want to work with? You know, guys, your time is valuable. Watch who you spend it with. That is key.
It's very key. And if you find someone who's asking you a lot of questions, and they're good questions, write that person's name down. That's a person that's interested. They wouldn't be asking questions if they weren't.
Notebook, old school. Like, I don't need a tablet in my hand. I use this. Look, a pencil. It's not a fancy one. It's a real one. You have to sharpen. Like, I make $10K a month. I'm using notebook and pencil. Like,
it's not even a mechanical pencil?
No, bro. It's a pencil I have to sharpen.
It's a number 2 pencil.
It's a number 2. It's green.
That's
but
great.
Seriously, guys, you don't need a tons of stuff to make $10K a month. You need the it's within you. You don't need the magic tablet and the magic phone and all these expensive Mac shit. You don't need that. All you need is this inside of you, and then this. For you to sit here on this Zoom all this time to listen to us, that means that whoever's still here is going to make it. You know, and that's the truth.
If you guys want, I mean,
do the training, you're willing to put the time in.
It takes the time, like, because you're building an audience of potential buyers. You're networking with potential buyers of a product you supply. So you're building an organic following, and that's not easy. That's like trying to make it in music. But working online and being in affiliate marketing is a lot easier to become successful financially than music. I mean, I make a lot more money working online than I do when I play music, and we're, you know, semi decently established. So, you know, we're not, you know, even the big top people aren't getting that paid that much money, and it takes 15 years to become famous, you know, a musician. So working online, it might take you 6 months of grinding, you know, whether that's 30 minutes a day, whether that's 6 hours a day, but it's going to take you, you know, months to get there. So just don't get discouraged during these discouraged times. We got less than a minute. What's up, Jamie? You want to last words? Any famous last words?
I think we should start doing this weekly, Rod. And
I'm down.
We'll, you know, okay, great. And then
I might upload this in 2 parts. So it might be 2 separate videos you guys are going to see on the website. Because
like OSP and then AWeber.
We'll do landing page creation, and then we'll do email marketing.